Do college soccer teams recruit players from high school? Does high school even matter anymore? Should I even go to school? Of course you should go to school. I'm the college soccer guy and I help you play college soccer. So the answer is, do they recruit high school aged players? Obviously. Do they recruit players from high school soccer teams? Meaning, do they come and watch your high school games and thus recruit you? No, they do not. Now, I'm saying it no blanket statement as if things are black and white. Are there exceptions? Of course. Myself particularly, I was coaching at Harvard Westlake, which is a prestigious academic high school in California, and there was a student we played against in playoffs, and I went up to the kid afterwards. I said, "You are fantastic. What's your story?" They were not planning to play college soccer. They had nothing going on, and guess what? We worked together after that game because I saw them in person at a high school game do really well and had the qualities that I knew were capable of playing college soccer. Now, guess what? He didn't only play high school soccer, and I knew that by the way he played, that I'm sure he was playing high level, and he was playing at ECNL and MLS Next, which means my eye is pretty good since I got it right. Anyways, he ended up committing to Pomona Pitzer, which is a top academic school at the Division III level, and it all started with him playing high school soccer is how his recruiting began. And if it wasn't for high school soccer, he may have never played college soccer. Now, that's pretty rare, though. And I have to say, Harvard Westlake's head coach is the head coach of Cal State LA, which is a Division II program. Is he thinking about it, or has he seen a kid that's been good enough to maybe play at the higher level at college soccer? I'm sure he has. And he's maybe even helped them, or passed them on to somebody else, or even recruited them for himself. But the odds are just so much less likely. And so if this is a game of odds, I got another question recently on my TikTok, and the student said to me, what's the difference between a mid-table Division II player and a mid-table Division I player, like level-wise? Like, what about them is different soccer-wise? And I was like, you know what? Probably pretty much nothing. Like, the differences is probably pretty small, other than the Division I player probably got seen more often by that Division I school, so therefore played Division I, while the other player got seen more often by D2 schools, and therefore that's where they went. Now, that could have been because they were playing, the D2 player could have been playing on a lower level team than the D1 player, maybe because he was better, so that's surely possible. But if you put them both next to each other, or you put them both on the field, it's hard to say. Some coaches might like the D2 player more, for sure. It's definitely not out of the question. There's a lot of Division II players, some of which have even been drafted to play pro soccer, that certainly could be playing Division I soccer. I would say almost most of Division II soccer players, even top-level Division IIIs, could all be playing Division I soccer somewhere. But it's which coach sees you the most? How often do they like you? Can you afford the school? What's your GPA? How early did you start the recruitment? There's 1,000 questions before we get to that point. So high school is just, the numbers are so much less likely. So you have to play club soccer. Now, I think most of you who've been following me long enough know, like, of course I have to play club soccer. But then the question is, like, which club soccer team? And we've made different videos, and I'll continue making more videos on what levels are the best ones. E64, NAL, MLS Next, ECNL, ECNL, Classic, Discovery, Fly 1, Fly 2. There's so many of them, and that's in a different video you can find. In saying that, I want you guys to primarily focus on club soccer as opposed to high school soccer. Now, you can do both, and high school does serve a purpose. It serves a purpose for a couple reasons. I think about my own story. I would say like 40% of my highlight video was me playing JV soccer as a junior, killing it, by the way. College coaches didn't really know that it was me playing JV soccer. They knew it was high school, but they didn't know it was JV soccer. And that was really helpful, because guess what? I was really good. I was better than pretty much everybody there. And then a year and a half later, I went and played Division I college soccer on a full-ride scholarship, despite playing JV soccer as a junior. So for you guys, high school is amazing for video. Also, high school is one of the few places where like video is almost always recorded, which is a bonus. Now, mom and dad, if you're listening, start recording, create an external hard drive, get more data on your phone. You need to be recording all the time. That's just how it is. If you want to play college soccer, please. And I told this story recently. I had a family. They're like, hey, our student's really academic, but now as a junior, he's showing interest in playing college soccer. What should we do? I go, where's your video? They go, oh, we didn't collect any video. And I'm like, then you won't be playing college soccer. So for them, they are screwed. Now, they ended up finding video, and I'm going to help them regardless, but it's not going to be easy for them, and there's a good chance they're not going to be able to play college soccer at the school they want. They might be able to find a college soccer team, but finding a school that you want to go to, that's a totally different story for them. So that's a tough gig, and which I do not want to happen to you. So as a high schooler, you can get video, and it can be really good video that you can get from high school because it's consistent, it's quality. You can also get lots of every touch videos. So in a perfect world, if you are playing high school, especially if a girls soccer player, because for girls, you can play ECNL and play high school soccer, like 100% of you. So you guys should have high school video. Boys, if you're playing MLS Next, you're not going to be able to play high school soccer. So your guys is a different scenario. But if you're not playing MLS Next, you're playing ECNL, you could totally still play college soccer. And you have high school video, so you should use it. So bottom line is, you are definitely going to get recruited if you're proactive, if you're approaching the right schools and you're doing it correctly. And high school soccer can play a role in that. But are they actively recruiting you at your high school soccer games? No. And again, there are exceptions. There are certain schools. There's a lot of different schools like Shattuck St. Mary's, IMG Academy, BlackRock. These are schools specifically for getting recruited to play college soccer. So they're really not a normal high school. And they can get you recruited to play at the higher levels. And if you're a 7th or 8th grader and you're working with me, which we have quite a few of those, that's what we're primarily focusing on. Barcelona Academy, BlackRock, Bethesda's a club team in the East Coast region, but they have really good programs. There's another one called YSL, which is out in Philadelphia. There's a Pro Project, that's another one. So there are organizations that are like kind of affiliated to help you play college soccer that maybe you're still a high school player and you can be part of these and they can still help you, or they're just directly high school soccer teams, but they have an affiliation with college coaches or they go to showcases, and so then they can still be worth it. But for the majority of you, high school soccer is not going to cut it. So now that you know that, you can hopefully be better off in your college soccer recruiting process. If you want more help playing college soccer, give me a call. Links in the description, in the bio, and I look forward to helping you soon.